some ridiculous stuff, as is expected with most of these patches. But let's get cracking on with this game, bro. We've got Team Peps taking on BH3 Esports. Neither team has lost any set yet.
Yeah, this one team's walking away with a loss. The other team's walking away with a really good win and keeping that perfect goose egg record, which is what you want. Huge brawling capabilities with Zante on that decision. Like yesterday, we saw them going in, brawling around in a sniped Spirit Shackle straight into the objective space, able to secure the game for them. So this is a Pokemon you gotta watch out for in the hands of a player like this. But already BH3 says, we know, brother, we're going for the invade.
I love this from Sazero, already going straight in to put some pressure on Klaus. They've got Utah in the central area for BH3. I believe that's a Mewtwo Y that they're wanting to get Mega as soon as possible, whilst we get some stacks going on for Team Peps up in this top side as well.
Yeah, setting this behind, though, this Torchic there, trying to get at least one of these wild Pokemon away from it, because you can't delay anymore. Well, as the Torchic, you can't delay anymore, but we're already having to grab a berry early on. The Buzzwole's doing a great job keeping that early pressure in, and right now, we don't even know where the gank's going.
Oh, I like this effort. I gotta say, though, they have done a good job of being able to stop the Glossifer really impacting that central area push. Klaus pulls the buff into the bush, gets it anyway, so they do hit their level 5. Not far off it is Potato Eva, but Machoke online. Getting that level 3 Eva will be massive for BH3 Esports. The most you can get now, the better. It's Champ Cena, bro. Bruv goes nowhere but the spawn room.
Yeah, that's a huge KO for them because they're going to be able to put the pressure on. If the Combuskin comes up to try to help, that's going to set them back level-wise, and now it's going to be the Buzzwole taking that hit. Combuskin's got to quickly get to 7, get the Blaziken, because BH3 is here to play.
Ooh, can they find Rezu here? Not able to get away. The Razors cut them through as Zante finds a KO, and Ice Fan galore here. Marv tries to catch Megu, but they've got the power to jump over it and back to their pad.
Yeah, already looking for more levels, though, more experience as Regidrago hits the field. The side of BH3 is looking strong, but Peps has that Blaziken. The biggest, baddest Pokemon on the map for now. Sitting at level 7, almost has its full combo.
You're not going to be able to out-secure that without a wish or a prayer. That is taken by Team Peps. BH3 Esports trying to capitalize on that by pushing the bottom lane. Not able to find much, unfortunately. It is going to be absorbed by the Piloswine. A huge HP pool that Pokemon has at the moment. But we do see rotations down to the bottom side here. All-rounder battling up in the top lane, buddy. Level 7 on Potato, still struggling, is the Machoke to find that extra evolution. Mav pulling some attention down the Flux Zone here, but BH3 don't really fall for it.
Yeah, they're keeping that pressure on that Piloswine. They want it gone. There goes the Future Sight. There goes the grab from the Ice Fang. Valiant effort, but wasn't enough as they're taken down. And Tano, these first objectives in the lane are going to be spawning now.
Here we go. It's going to be a Regieleki down here. The rip comes through entirely. The Spirit Shackle lands, so does the Overheat, and they just turn around and look to hunt BH3 Esports. Absolutely cooking here as they find 2. Now this Lecky can walk in home. Knock, knock, says Zante. I'm calling this pad, and it lands the Lecky in.
Man, Kyogre better watch out because I blinked and Regieleki was gone. That's how quick Team Peps was on it. Now they're off and keeping the pressure on that central lane. This is what they do. We saw this yesterday. They like to keep that pressure going. They like to stall. But poor little Psyduck had to take the sacrifice there as BH3 Esports is looking to take a position into this bottom lane.
Oh, desperate for this Machamp to be online. You need that barrage blow. You want to have more HP and damage to provide the assistance with the submission. Regirock in the top lane. We do see both teams rotating up here to see if they can get it. They do have the Blaziken on the side of Team Peps, but they need a little bit more assistance if they want to take this fight. Utah is going to start with throwing some damage onto the Regirock. Getting prepared to take the farm is Team Peps, but then comes Machamp. Submission lands onto Potato. They're into the backside, but they to use the Ultra Sword Slam to try and find Machamp. Doesn't work with Infinite Stifle coming down, finding the space here for BH3 Esports. Going on the rip for the Regirock, but it's going to be reset here, buddy. Spirit Shackle looking to see if it can land. Isn't able to use it just yet. A good pulling on the side of the Mewtwo X, but it's Blaziken that shows face and comes down on top until Mystical Mirage comes down from none other than the Mew. The knock is going to work yet again as Dante locks in the KO, takes the Regirock, and Team Peps win the battle.
Yeah, like I said this earlier, that Decidueye, you gotta watch out. Those Spirit Shackles will find their target. And you got a knock, a barrage of arrows coming your way. That was a great job from Team Peps, the way they're able to isolate, zone out BH3, to allow Sante to come online and just say, you know what? Yeah, free snipes for days.
Free snipe indeed. What an effort for BH3 to really, sorry, not for BH3, for the opposition to really put their pressure on their Peps, just showcasing how they can work as a team. It's so difficult for BH3 to win that battle when Blaziken is just in there with the overheat ready to go, self-sustain off the charts of that Pokemon in that fight. And it seems like they want to continue to push this right here, Jonathan. Look at them swarm in that top lane.
Yeah, they're going in. They're going hard. There's 12 seconds left now on the another Regidrago there, but Psyduck's looking to put 40 points in. They got that huge headache coming in. They're able to connect it. No, they get stopped. Huge beam coming in, being able to stop that from the Mew. Great work from BH3 to offset that pressure.
Oh, this is an exciting game, but exactly what we expected from these two squads right now. Neither of them have lost a set. They are two of the best teams in this region right now. We're going to see Machamp trying to pull a little bit of attention here, but look at the way Decidueye plays. Zante will not be pulled in too far, knowing that submission could come their way. Good defense there, manages to stop any of those scores going in. Machamp looking for Mama Slime, but wisely decides against it.
Yeah, BH3's doing a good job, though. They're keeping pace with the levels. Still slightly behind their overall, about one level on each rank there, on each class. So they got to put a little bit more work in to get in that experience, especially since there's only 60 seconds. But the Infinite Sideburn comes out. They're looking for the Regidrago, the Regirock there. They're going to be picking up the Zante there. They're going to be picking up the Blaziken, the submission on that Machamp, getting the double KO. There we go. We're going to be picking up Buzz Wall, looking to grab another one. Here we go. Mamoswine falls as the ace comes in. BH3 is here to score.
Bro, what an incredible play. A minute before we see the final objective taken to the field. Kyogre waiting to break through, but BH3 Esports just eliminates Team Peps top lane, grabs the objective, Regirock for them during that final battle, and then takes the caps on the T1 and takes the lead in points. That is massive for confidence going into this final battle.
They get another 40 cap in. Zante not able to stop it. This is exactly what BH3 needs against Peps right now, because they need to come in with the point lead. They need to come in with this ability to not be pressured when Kyogre spawns in.
Well, it's all about 5 seconds, buddy. We know what they're saying. When there's a Kyogre, the game is not over. When both of these teams are playing, the game's not over. But boy, are they going for the rip. The knock instantly as Klaus goes for the rip on the Kyogre as well. Mystical Mirage is pulled the eject over the wall to try and pick up Zante. The concentration's off the walls, but it's not enough. Zante locks in the Kyogre anyway, and they clean up the KOs for BH3 Esports. They are rushing to score points right now, but not enough for them to do as the goals are down and Team Peps are looking to bring home the first game.
Good math there from the side of Team Peps. Proven gamers can do math indeed. Looking to put more points in as BH3 respawns. It's about a 400-point game there, 273 to 602. 1 minute left on the clock. BH3 has to find KOs and connect so many scores. The odds are against them, but it's not impossible.
It is not, especially with this going in. The difficulty is, how are you going to get enough points? You've got to break this pad. They could give it up on the side of Team Peps. They don't need to hold this, and that looks like exactly what they're going to do, because look at the AOS energy that BH3 has. It's not enough, buddy. It's a difficult stage, and then you've got Mama Smine going and scoring another hundo burger. What an effort from Team Peps. What an effort from Zante and Klaus during this one. And BH3 are going to have to go back to the drawing board for game 2.
Yeah, Team Peps was able to recognize exactly what they had over BH3. Rip and secure. So what's the best strategy to go into this against a comp that only has a Mew really for secure? You just rip and flip, baby. Like, you just keep it going. You got Spirit Shackle. You got Overheat. You got Mammoth Mesh, if you really want to use that as a secure. But you got huge opportunities from the side of Team Peps, and they absolutely put the pedal to the metal when it came to ripping that Kyogre, because they're like, what are you going to do? We zoned your Mew out.
I gotta say, that's a good effort, to be honest, from BH3. The Mew instantly recognized their responsibility. Rezu was like, we have to take out Zante. Take out Zante. They do not have as much damage, and they cannot get the rip on this. And Rezu sent everything. Mystical Mirage was used the second they noticed that rip. They dive over the wall, the surf into Zante, but Zante's got feet too quick for it, gets out of the way, and still, with that pressure coming from Mew, manages to land that Spirit Shackle to take the objective. That is impressive from them, to be honest.
Yeah, I really hope that Team Peps does not regret this choice there. They're trusting in Klaus being on the Decidueye this time. So that's exactly what they're like. You know what, Klaus? You got to come in. You got to get the work done. We're trusting you on this Pokemon there because we're putting Zante elsewhere because that's where they need to be.
Sticking with the Decidueye for Team Peps, so why would you not? When you had someone that had so little damage taken, so much damage done on your squad, you're going to stick with what works, bro. Mega Gyarados in the bottom lane is an interesting choice.
Yeah, although, listen, it's not Zante on it, so maybe Klaus will finally gift Hyde that Razor Leaf Desi. I've been asking for it. It's a possibility, and it does go really well into Mega Gyarados. Puts a lot of pressure on it. To go in and just chunk its HP. But speaking of pressure, look at this double invade there. We already have that Eldegoss, that little Gossifleur going in. Now you got a Leafeon that says, I don't need half of my central lane if I could just come in and eat yours.
Yeah, it's very difficult. Still, Leafeon has total control of this early game as that kind of speedster. And right now, Team Peps, they're going to be struggling to stop the snowballing that this Leafeon can do as they look for the KO potato. It's too easy for them here.
Yeah, absolutely there. You're going to go in. You're going to definitely gank that bottom lane there where it's got the Magikarp there. You do not want that thing online at 9, which we did see yesterday. But look here. The Natus are gone. We're 30 seconds out now from the Regidrago going to be able to spawn in here for the first objective of the game. And teams are now going to be able to position where they want to be with BH3 putting pressure back onto that central lane.
Difficulty is they are not going to be too far off having the Unite move for Leafeon this early, which is not an easy thing if you're on the side of Team Peps. That will be enough to find pretty much any KO except maybe the Slowbro by itself. So we do want to see more levels on the side of Team Peps. That's what they're going to be looking to do as we have the Regidrago about to spawn in, but Gyarados is online. These power spikes are not going the way of Team Peps.
Yeah, Team Peps falling behind there on the levels there. They're looking for that Decidueye there. They got to get Klaus online as quick as possible. There it is. Now we got either Spirit Shackle or Razor Leaf. This is the moment to figure out what that's going to be. Ah, Klaus, you disappoint me. They're probably the smarter choice there, but that is a Spirit Shackle, and those snipes are coming in.
What a combo as well, having that Mega Mewtwo X ready to go, pulls in the Leafeon and then finds the KO. That's a lot of early pressure that BH3 Esports will not have for that next team fight that they were looking to take. Looking for the objectives though, 20 seconds before they spawn in. Looks like both teams are going to split up and see if they can take both.
Yeah, the Mega Gyarados already going in, but it's not quite a Mega, so it's still little Gary. But we are going to see some great defense there from the side of Peps. They're saying, hey, listen, you don't have your Unite move, you don't have that Dragon Current, you don't have that dreaded Mega Evolutions yet, so we're not scared of you. We can take you down. Meanwhile, up at the top side here, Regi spawns, and all of a sudden, we got punches coming in from Buzzwole.
Oh, wisely decides not to go for it, though, knowing that that Trevenant was around. Emerald two-step will come through. Slowbro back to the spawn. Nurse Joy says hello to Buzzwole as Utah finds the triple. Decidueye can't escape that one, and now they can score points, take the objective, whilst they look to steal from Peps' central area.
Yeah, they're able to stack for free, get the attack weight maxed up, and more importantly, get another Emerald two-step back in the pocket super quickly. Would not be surprised if we saw it in less than a minute this time, Tano, as now BH3 turns towards this Regi Ice, and we do have this Buzzwole here ready to try to take the steal.
Yeah, our good friend Lobo is very vocal on how broken Leafeon is and how the Unite move should not be the way it is. And you know what, buddy? I feel it, because it's strong, but right down in this bottom lane, so is Mega Gyarados. They find the KO and Decidueye, but Mewtwo proves to be the OG legendary and comes out on top of that one. Crustle trying to hold strong here. They're going to be KO'd. Team Peps raining on through. In fact, it was an Emerald two-step coming out yet again. They find Psyduck, but it's Mega Mewtwo X for the double.
Yeah, they did not have any trouble dispatching that Leafeon. They said, Emerald 2-step, Emerald 2, get back to your home. We don't want you here. We're going to take this down. And all of a sudden, Team Peps take the score lead by a little bit and has now evened out these levels there.
99 to 93 points in this game too, in the mid game as well. Levels, as you've just said, pretty even across the board. Buddy, what more could we expect from these two squads? Neither of them losing their sets yesterday. Neither of them want to lose this one today.
No, but Peps is in that match point position there. BH3 has to make sure they come in, they clutch out, they got to find somewhere to do it. And already Team Peps says, you know what, we hear you, Hyde. We know what you're talking about, and we're not going to let that happen. They're already starting to try to take a controlling position in the central lane, looking for crucial vision, and there we go. BH3 is looking for a push here.
Oh, wisely just deciding to retreat. I thought they were going to go all in on that one, buddy. 20 seconds before we have this objective spawning in the top lane. We are going to continue to see Klaus land in these Spirit Shackles, but I will say it's not been as easy for them as Zante had it in the previous game. Leafeon has done a good job at finding that backline. Utah right now just sat in this bush waiting for the approach, knows that Klaus is near them, also knows Potato is waiting, arms open for Leafeon to get there. Knock Knock is going to be used instantly as they go for the rip on the Registeel. Emerald two-step ready to go here, buddy. They're going to be able to jump on in with it, but no, Buzzwole finds them anyway. Emerald two-step will come through, and it takes the Registeel that was just gifted over to the side of BH3 as they clean up Team Peps on the back line.
They're going for a quick score. They're keeping the pressure on. They're going with the momentum. They're trying to connect these. Jump pads are up. Teams are spawned in. Peps is here, but not before the 100 points comes in. And BH3 is all of a sudden finding themselves in a comfortable lead.
Now in the driving seat of this game is BH3 Esports. The ball is in the court of Team Peps. They have to do something to get themselves ready and leveled for this final fight in about a minute and 20 seconds. Regidrago goes to BH3. That top pad has completely been broken. Home base is open. Not the lane the Regieleki is in, but it's not going to stop Crustle getting a 40 dunk.
Yeah, that 40's going in. That's massive. That's into the home pad, Tano. That's on the tier 3, the big juicy one itself. 60 seconds now until the Kyogre spawns in here. And look at the Emerald two-step, able to take down that Buzzwole there. We know we're going to get it back in time, but we're going to keep this engagement going. We're going with the slow roast surf there. We're going for the snipes coming in. This is huge.
I love the fact that with 50 seconds before Kyogre, you know you can farm up that Unite move back. There isn't a lot of farm on their side, actually, for them to get it, so I think they're probably going to be waiting a little bit into this fight, but nevertheless, you managed to keep your highest level Pokemon out of the arms of Team Peps and hold strong. Right now, though, oh, they may have caught Potato. The walls went up, the surf comes through. That may have just saved Buzzwole as they pull in Rezu as well here on the Trevenant. We're having a fight before Kyogre even gets on the stage of it. Yutao gets caught out. They're now going to have this fight without Yutao in it.
Yeah, 20-second cooldown time to respawn there. So the Infinite Cyber comes out as well as the Mega Gyarados comes in. But the Slowbros found the pick. The Slow Beam has taken down the Mega Gyarados and locked them in. But it's not going to be enough. The knockdown comes out, but Klaus falls. Mega Gyarados just comes in, says, yummy, yummy. I always wanted some owl. Now we're going to be looking for these KOs. 1, 2, 3. Mega Gyarados finally goes down. But BH3 is sitting strong as Yutao joins the fray.
Yo, buddy, we talked about it yesterday on the official broadcast that Yutao and Megu are the wombo combo the EU hates to see together. Didn't even need Yutao in that fight. Megu cleans up with a triple KO, and then it's Yutao that secures the Kyogre for BH3 Esports. Team Peps on the back foot of this game from about the 5-minute mark. This is the BH3 Esports we were expecting.
Yeah, exactly. They came in the game number 2 and they said, you know what? We are here. They take 2 quick KOs there on the Psyduck and the Slowbro. That is their supporting staff gone. Now they're looking for KO on the Buzzwole. They are going to be able to find some points there. There it goes. They're further extending their lead. Meanwhile, Team Peps, 50 seconds to make a play. 400 points they got to get in. It just doesn't seem feasible right now, Tano.
No, it does not, buddy. So we will be going to a game 3 for the first set of day 2, week 1 here in these regional leagues. And what could be expected? Both of these teams are considered to be some of the strongest. Zoinks has BH3 Esports as his strongest here in the power rankings for EU, and they're showcasing it by taking us to a game 3.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I want to see what these bans are and who had first pick there, because I'm pretty sure it was Team Peps that had the opportunity to ban it out, and BH3 said, listen, if we're first pick and we don't need to ban out Mega Gyarados, that's on you. You don't want to ban it, we're gonna take it. And they're gonna and they showcased exactly why you can't let this Pokemon through.
Bro, we got to do some research into how that was allowed through, because you are absolutely right. Everybody talks about how strong that Pokemon is, and it is just let loose for them here. Here are the bans. So, Peps, they go with Vaporeon, Blaziken, sticking with the Blastoise ban. Over on the side of BH3, they stick with Mega Lucario. Mewtwo Y is the ban, and wisely, Mew is going to be banned out as well.
Yeah, Mew is just too strong, too versatile a Pokemon. You don't want that back in the hands there of BH3. You don't want, or sorry, in the teams of Peps there. You don't want to be like, you know what? Yeah, this is not a Pokemon you want in your hands there. Even though we had it in the last game, we just said, you know what? Get it out of there. But look at the damage numbers. Yutao, 86k on the dot.
Bro, we have Yutao on Cypher and we have Klaus on Mimikyu. This is going to be an electric game. I cannot wait to see who comes out on top of the pseudo speedster battle as we take game 3 here in the first set of this league. No surprises. Who's going in the central areas?
Yeah, exactly. Listen, you want to bring the best of the best in your rosters, and you want to feed the best of the best in your rosters there. But already coming up, it's already going to be a tale as old as time. Machamp versus Buzzwole there. Early scores coming in from the Clefairy as it's trying to get early stacks for that Moonlight.
Yeah, the more stacks you can possibly get, the better at this moment, because the difficulty is with these central area Pokemon is they come out of that area with a great power spike. Mimikyu has a lot of maneuverability and damage it can drop. The dual wind bit. Oh my god, Jonathan, it happened! We have a Scizor!
Oh, we do indeed. The first scissor on our stream. This is insane. Coming in there, putting in the work. We're already going in, but the Buzzwole gets taken down. We're already putting the pressure on us. There we go. There's Zante keeping those electro balls on the heels of BH3 as Klaus is looking to eat, and they take down Yutao.
Bro, I was about to say they have the dual win beat to come in. How many times have we joked about the fact that we expect it to be a Cypher, but how funny would it be if it's a Scissor? And it finally happens, but the gank just does not work for them, unfortunately. Mimikyu proves to be too much, and that is the matchup that I'm probably more on the side of Team Peps. I think Scissor will struggle against that Mimikyu.
Yeah, absolutely. We are putting pressure into the central wave. Marv is already going in saying, you know what? We're going to take some of this there, and we're going to follow it up with some Mimikyu action. Klaus is in their jungle there trying to say, you know what? This is going to be ours there. But 10 seconds till Regidrago Tano. Both teams in a power position as Marv goes down right before it spawns.
Team Peps have come out of the gate being really aggressive, though. 60 points on the board. Regidrago has just spawned in. BH3 does have their power spikes now. They've got 5 on the Buzzwall. Utah is trying to see if they can score some dunks in here. Trying to put the pressure onto Brub. Gets the healing from the Umbreon. This is proving too much. They do get points in. 50 points on the board. And they don't find any KOs on the side of Team Peps. You've got to be happy with that if you're BH3 Esports.
Yeah, good point. Good point grab there. Being able to grab some levels and some experience. And the only Pokemon you lost was your supporter, which arguably, if you are to lose someone, is the Pokemon you want going down, the lowest level on your side there. But Machamp's looking for that submission grab onto there. There we go. We find the Buzzwall. There goes the Mimikyu. Takes him down. Put pressure onto the top pad.
Honestly, it's one of the most toxic duos in this game right now, in my opinion, is Submission Machamp with Mimikyu. It is brutal. Once you are in the arms of Machamp, getting thrown off the top ropes, it's so difficult to handle because Mimikyu just cuts you up with the Shadow Claw. It's a difficult matchup for BH3 Esports here. They're keeping themselves in it. They've got to keep pace with these levels. That's how they keep themselves in it for the final objective.
Yeah, Regilecki's now playing for the safe side of Team Peps there. We're going down the lane. We're trying to put the pressure in. We're trying to take it down there. But BH3 is right there. Peps is saying, we don't need to push this. There's a lot of experience on the field, and there is another objective. Although, my goodness, that Buzzwall brought that awfully close to the pad.
Oh, that's a risky move, buddy. But we do see BH3 defend this T1 pad. What a serve coming out here, though. They get pushed up against the wall as Blastoise Bruv brings the damage. Mimikyu cleans up Clefable. No longer there. Gets 3 of them with a big boy 2 cannons. Does fall into the arms of Panixia and pushed up against the wall with a barrage blow. Fist of Fury coming in. They still don't break the crab as they go back to the flux zone. And it's enough pressure, enough zoning for Team Peps to find the KO on Regi.
Yeah, they're going to be utilizing the fact that this pad is now basically in their possession to take down a lot of this experience. They're Miraidon going down to stop them from being able to break it with ease. You're going to break that pad. You're going to do it with a little cap. Not going to do it with a big cap there, but BH3 is still on the rotation. A lot of experience left on the board there. We're only halfway through this game there, and look at the levels here. Slight lead for Team Peps there, but BH3 is not far behind.
No, that they are not, and that is why it's all going to come down to that final objective as expected in a Pokemon Unite game. Level 12 for Mimikyu right now. The highest level on BH3 is 10. That is massive in a game of Pokemon Unite, especially on something like Mimikyu that's kind of a pseudo speedster and is ready to drop mega damage. They land that Shadow Sneak onto Megu, probably not the Pokemon you're looking for, as they're about to break out more action in this top lane.
Yeah, 40 Cat going in for Blastoise as Moonlight Pants comes in. We're going to be looking for a Ultra Soul Slam as coming in to grab another KO, and there goes Klaus. Take it down and send on home. We're going to be looking for another push there, and there goes BH3. Nice flank from the Miraidon, but it's going to be that Surf that take down that Buzzwall there. We're going to be looking for another Surf to push things up against the wall. Blastoise showing them just who the big boy is. Huge Surf coming through. Expertly done by Peps, but KO still reigning in for BH3.
Yeah, that was a cleanup. As soon as you take out that Mimikyu, you lose so much of your oppressive power on the side of Team Peps, but they're back. Barrage Blow is going to land. They find free from BH3 Esports, and anytime BH3 finds themselves with an advantage here, Jonathan, it's Peps that bounce back quick enough to be able to take the objectives and keep that advantage for themselves.
Yeah, that's absolutely insane coming in there from the fact that that Blastoise was able to just come in and stall the time they needed for Klaus to come back. They just said, you know what? We're coming in. We're going to lock this down. We're going to say push and poke and prod. You can take me down, but my team's back ready to take you down.
Bro, I tell you what, they're teasing us so much in this game because we know whoever wins this realistically is the strongest team in this league right now in week 1 at least. That they're broken the game, bro. There's so much action going on. The game has broke. We don't know who's going to win. Hopefully we can bring it back up for you all, chat. We'll try and do so as quick as we possibly can. But what a game this is shaking up to be. BH3 Esports are on a little bit of a back foot here, Jonathan, but they're doing just enough to keep themselves in it for when that Kyogre comes in.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want to do. With 60 seconds until Kyogre, a huge spike coming in. A late Hydro Typhoon coming up from Team Peps here as we're pushing the T1 pad for BH3. They need to get some more points on the board, but KOs are raining down against them.
Oh, that is absolutely brutal. You've lost your Buzzwole. Goodbye, Miraidon. Look at them trying to hold strong on the Scizor U-Tao, holding up against the world, but it's Klaus that comes out on top, and it's this Mimikyu that refuses to go down. That combo of Mimikyu Machamp has proved to be too much of a nuisance here for BH3 Esports, and they were not expecting it.
Yeah, listen, 3 minutes ago, BH3 was keeping those levels close there, but now, 20 seconds before Kyogre comes in here, look at those levels. They are starting to lag behind. 13 on Machamp, 14 on Mimikyu there. Meanwhile, Miraidon just hitting 12 now. You want that a little bit sooner, but it's almost the 13. This is exactly what you want as the engage is about to start.
Oh, right now in a position of power is Team Peps. Do they take the fight? They should be patient with it. They're currently in the lead, but BH3 Esports could go for a rip if that's what they want to do so. Enhanced Charge Beam will come down. There's the electric terrain. No hindrance coming through to Rezu here. Got to capitalize on that as Kranix breaks through, trying to find the Mimikyu. Bruv stops them though. Barrage blow from the top. Just goes straight through Clefable. Doesn't find anyone. There's the Hydro Typhoon. Rumble Rouse going to keep begging with the fight. Bright Future Meteor Storm here, trying to buy the space for BH3 Esports. They don't find a KO with it just yet, and it's Mew that lands the double. Then U-Tao bounces back. Bruv sent back to the spawn room here. Mimikyu is trying to hold strong, but Miraidon finds them. Team Peps have lost their carries in this fight so far, and BH3 go for the rip.
The sustain on the Scizor, the Moonlight from Clefable. This was the deciding combo against Team Peps. Mimikyu gone, Blastoise, Mew, and Machamp are now the only hope they have as Kyogre's HP falls slower and lower. Now we're looking for it. The Miraidon comes in with the Charge Beam. We're looking to grab it. Huge surf coming in. Here we go, the big. It's the Mew. Peps grabs the Kyogre.
Oh my god, Taiwan is cooking here in this game, bro, but can they do enough with it? They are still in the lead, but they've lost 1 buff, 2 buff. It's all about defending this pad. If they do get a Hundo Burger in, they still have the lead on the side of Team Peps, but they've lost 2 of their strongest Pokemon here. Will this go down as Klaus tries to hold strong? Even with the buff, it's not enough. BH3 Esports finds the KO. They're going to rain in more points. They have the lead with 20 seconds, but Blastoise, Broncos gets the Hundo Burger. 14 seconds left now. Can they get it in the home pad? Crustle sprints into the T1. Do they have 10 seconds? That's 10 points in. Jonathan, who's going to win this game? Another 10 points are going to go through as Brock looks to hold strong, but they got the Hundo Burger in. Crustle is going to have saved it for BH3 Esports.
Oh, I am speechless. Look at that. Oh my gosh.
Bro.
They came out on top despite the steal, despite the number advantage. BH3 came back and just stole this game from the jaws of defeat. Oh my gosh, that is insane.
I mean, Zante, what an effort to take that objective, but then BH3 was so strong the second that was taken. They find the KOs. What a play by Megu to just sprint to that top T1 and get that Hundo Burger in. That came down to seconds on who, and almost as in fashion for this EU League so far. It's a buzzer beater once again, Jonathan.